Hello, class. Welcome to our read aloud time. Today we're going to read two more sections of the Lowell Mill Girls story that we were reading yesterday. Squeakers has joined us again today for this story. He just wanted to pop in and say hello. Squeakers, go ahead. Go ahead, get a little closer there for you. Oh, yep. Squeakers just wanted to say hello. He's doing very well. However, he misses all of you very much, right, Squeakers? Yes, he misses you all very much, and he hopes that you're all doing very well. Squeakers has maintained a good health and a good weight for sure during this time, and he has definitely been a good, friendly pig to have around. So he misses you all, and I'm going to have to put him down soon because it's very hard to read and pet a guinea pig at the same time. So, anyway, I'll let you get one more side glance of Squeakers. It is Squeakers Tuesday, so you will be able to see him throughout all the videos that I record today for school. All right? All right, Squeakers, we got to read. All right, I'll be right back. There he goes. So we are reading The Lowell Mill Girls by Alice K. Flanagan. We are on the third section of the book today, the third and fourth section of the book today. Yesterday, we read about how Lowell Mills began. Today, job and educational opportunities. News spread quickly about the opportunities at Lowell. By the mid-1840s, a great number of people from farming communities in Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine came to work in the town's textile mills. And here's an engraving of a cotton mill worker. The young New England women who came to Lowell usually worked there for 4 to 5 years. They came to earn money to help pay farm bills, send a brother to college, or care for sick parents. Others just wanted to save money to buy nice clothes for themselves or pay for a wedding. Men, a few with wives and children, arrived also, with their toolboxes in hand. Everyone was interested in the educational opportunities that Lowell offered to its workers. Free schools were available for children 9 months a year. Bookstores ran lending libraries with a membership fee of 25 cents a month. In 1844, the city public library opened with a membership fee of only 50 cents a year. There were evening schools for those who worked during the day. Lectures and public programs were offered almost every night of the week by a variety of groups in different locations, including Lowell City Hall. Of all the workers taking advantage of these opportunities, young women were the most interested in improving themselves. At the time, women had few formal educational opportunities open to them. In 1831, Lowell became the first town in the United States to establish a co-educational high school. And here's a map of the textile mills built along the rivers of New England. In the mid-1840s, the average wage for women working in the textile mills was about $5 a week. Male laborers made about $6 a week, while skilled male machinists were paid $9 a week. Workers were paid in cash once a month. After paying for room and board, women usually spent a few dollars for clothes, treats, or classes, and then put the rest into a savings account at the bank. When the country girls with old-fashioned names such as Lovey and Florilla first arrived in Lowell, they must have been a curious sight. They came dressed in a variety of strange homemade fashions and had thick New England accents. Here's an example of a local bank printing their own money. Some of them had their heads covered in heavy shawls pinned under their chins. Soon these young women learned the city way of speaking and dressing. A few children under the age of 15 worked in the Lowell textile mills, like Lucy Larcom and Harriet Hanson, who came with their mothers. The largest group of workers was young women, and their average age was 22. And here's a painting by Winslow Homer of New England girls walking to a factory. Factory conditions. The young women soon discovered that jobs in the textile mills were not difficult, but there were problems. They often stood for long periods of time and their feet hurt, although they found if they wore old shoes, it was more comfortable. So here's a tintype of two young mill girls in the 1850s. After about a year on the job, they discovered that their feet had grown and they would have to buy shoes a size or two larger. In some rooms, the machinery was very noisy, so workers often stuffed cotton in their ears. It was so difficult to hear over the noise that workers talked with their hands. One girl recalled how it felt at the end of the first day in the weaving room. At last it was night. There was a dull pain in her head, and a sharp pain in her ankles. Every bone was aching, and there was in her ears a strange noise, as of crickets, frogs, and Jews' harps, all mingling together. Many of the rooms were filled with dust and lint, and in the winter there were fumes from oil or gas lamps. In the summer, when the weather was dry, the yarn broke easily. Mill managers closed the windows to help prevent this, but then the hot, stuffy air was difficult to breathe and some workers got sick. To care for their sick or hurt employees, the Lowell Textile Companies opened the first hospital for workers in the United States. Each factory in Lowell had a tower that housed a bell, which rang to keep employees on time. One of the mill girls wrote about how the bells controlled their lives. Up before day, at the clang of the bell, and out of the mill by the clang of the bell. Into the mill, and at work in obedience to that ding-dong of a bell, just as though we were so many living machines. Here's a picture of the Lowell Corporation Hospital. During the summer months, the bells woke workers at 4:30 a.m. so they could be at work at 5 a.m. During the winter, work began at daylight. At 7 a.m., the breakfast bell rang and the girls hurried back to the boarding house for their first meal of the day. Then at 7:35 a.m., the bell called them back to the mills again. Work began 10 minutes later and continued until a noon bell rang for a 45-minute dinner break. At 12:45 p.m., the girls resumed work until closing time at 7 p.m. It would be many years before workers were able to successfully pressure the textile mill owners to reduce the workday. And here's a picture of the boot mill in Lowell, named after someone named Boot, not a boot that you would wear on your foot. And even this schedule is generous compared to the early days when workers got only 30 minutes each for breakfast and dinner. By the mid 1840s, most women in the mills worked between 65 and 72 hours a week. That meant they were putting in between 11 and 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. During the summer months, they might even work 14 hours a day. For all that, they were paid just under 5 cents an hour. At first, there were 4 holidays a year when Lowell employees did not work: Fast Day, a day of fasting and prayer in the spring, the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. All 4 were unpaid holidays. And here is an engraving of a Massachusetts mill girl standing beside a spinning frame. All right, well, that's all we're going to read of the Lowell Mill Girls book today. We're going to read a couple more sections on Thursday and a couple more sections on Friday. So make a great day, everyone.